Pylarinos, founder and CEO of Hack the Box. The platform started with a very simple purpose, teaching people how to hack. And the difference that introduced to the market is that instead of focusing on giving knowledge in whatever formats, like, I don't know, text or video, we took a very different approach. What we did is that we gave you the problem with no instructions, and you had to solve it. And through that process, you developed the out-of-the-box thinking required for such tasks. I would not recommend people to start to make their passion a business, because their passion might be drawing. It's quite unlikely, to be successful while alive drawing paintings. You usually become successful after you die. So not very efficient, financially at least. What I would recommend is making a passion whatever your work is. Love what you do, not do what you love, because the narrative is do what you love, quit your university. Find the game in whatever you do, love it, it will become your passion, and you will excel. December 22, we raised $55 million USD from Carlyle. I'm pointing out 22 because it was a difficult year. 22 was a terrible year in terms of investment. We were trying to raise money from January, and we raised 29 of December with a lot of struggle. And by speaking with nearly every fund out there, I think I had like 150 to 200 different investors that I had discussions with within the year. So it was a bad year to raise money. And at the same time, stock exchange was falling, so valuations were crumbling. You were always trying to chase the current market value, but you were lagging, so you were expecting X, but the amount offered was X minus a certain percentage because of the market. I think things have stabilized a bit now. Now we have also the AI hype, though. So if you do AI, you just raise money. It's like a blockchain in, 2017 or so. I don't remember when the blockchain hype was. But the market overall now looks more real. What was happening in 21 and the valuations there were, they didn't make sense. Being a founder in Greece, specifically a founder, I think being a founder comes with, a lot of perks wherever you are located. But specifically in Greece, obviously I enjoy the weather, the sun. I enjoy the people a lot, and the culture, the mentality. But I'm Greek, so take this with some bias, okay? And being economically or financially above average in Greece is a huge perk, because generally it's not an extremely expensive country, meaning that being a bit above average grants you a lot of, ease in your day-to-day economics. We had a lot of engineering within Greece. We have amazing engineers. Apart from that, I think 50% of the organization, give or take, are Greeks, and the rest 50% is from we have two central hubs, one in UK and one in New York, London specifically, and New York. And then we have some remote workers from mostly Europe. So for the part on as a startup bringing employees from abroad, I see value because we've seen this in the past. We had a very talented Indian kid that was working for us from India, but wanted to relocate here. They couldn't. Greece wouldn't even accept them visiting. And we ended up moving him to UK, which the law was much more flexible. And we hired him there. And he's now relocated fully and he's working from the UK. Obviously, I'm supportive. I mean, we need... we had a huge brain drain as a country. The least we can do, apart from trying to keep our people within the country, is to bring also brains from outside. So I'm very positive on the move. It's a different country from the time that I remember myself being a student. But I think the biggest development or advancement was pushed as a necessity through COVID. So all the digitalization that was essential for this country. If you wanted to start a business 10 years ago, you would need a full week running between public services, gathering papers. It didn't make sense. After COVID, everything runs perfectly. And to rephrase, if I were to start now a business, I would form the business in Greece. The tech, I'll say the startup ecosystem. Startup is pretty much, identical to tech. All startups now use tech. And I think I'm not the first generation. So there were a few generations before me that give back to the ecosystem. That's what we do as well. It was a bit easier for us. We give back. So it's a snowball effect. I think we have a good traction. And the people that started this ecosystem in Greece, which, they are not generations away. Giralis is one of them, for all I know. The guys from Virgin Friends, again, if I'm not mistaken. So I'm probably forgetting a lot of people, but doesn't matter. I think it has a multiplication effect. As I said, Greece has great talent. And due to the difficult way of getting things done as kids, we learn to overcome obstacles and we become very creative on finding solutions. And that's a key trait of founders. Product-wise, obviously a lot of exciting things in our vertical. As always, we are doubling down on, guess what, AI, as everyone. But meaningfully, not just, for the sake of appearances. And the goal is since this is a market that is now developing and now organizations are starting to realize the value of the human element in the cybersecurity defense, let's say, mechanisms, our goal is to dominate that space. We want to become the single source of truth when it comes to assessing the skill set of any cyber individual. So if you want to hire someone, you look at their LinkedIn and you decide, you get a first impression if you should be talking to them. That's what I envision Hack the Box to become. If you don't have Hack the Box, you don't exist in this market. It will be quite mature, a lot more startups, a lot more funding. We will see funds that will be able to do Series Bs onwards, because right now the ecosystem is you raise max Series A from Greece, and then the funds are very good on helping you find funds abroad, because the amounts increase for our fund sizes. But given the growth I've seen in the last 7 years, in terms of funds, fund sizes, etc., I believe that in 10 years, you would be able to support businesses on every step of their journey. A lot more organizations, of course, a lot more founders, hopefully a lot more engineers, because we are already in shortage. But yeah, it's gonna be epic. We are currently in the process of developing our new offices in Delta Pylarinos, which will be hosting all of our Greek Hack the Box employees. And We plan to grow the team in the following years to more than 200, 250 employees, Athens-based. In total, we are closing 300 people, and the plan is to grow 10 to 20% in the following years.